Let's start. Is this your maths book?
Yeah.
Children, they are telling you there is a point -4 -5 on reflection in y-axis is mapped on p dash, isn't it? Now let's draw the xy plane. Let's draw the xy plane. Remember, this is a rough xy plane, and you also have to follow the same method. Okay, it's a rough xy plane. There is a point P -4 -5. When both the points are negative, in which quadrant it is lying? It is lying in the third quadrant, isn't it? So children, let me assume the point P is over here, which is -4, -5. Now this has to get reflected in the y-axis. This is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. Now, sorry. Now it is getting reflected in the y-axis. So it will look like this, getting reflected in the y-axis. So from the third quadrant, this point will go to which quadrant? The fourth quadrant, isn't it? So this is your fourth quadrant. This one is the fourth quadrant. And where it will reach? It will reach point P dash, whose coordinates are. I taught you a very easy technique to determine the coordinates, isn't it? When it is in the fourth quadrant, x is positive, y is negative. So -4 will become +4. And -5. You're done with it. Now the question is not yet over. They are asking us to reflect this point P dash, isn't it? The point P dash is again getting reflected in the origin. So right now point P dash is lying in which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. If it is getting reflected through the origin is over here. So it is getting reflected through the origin. It will reach the diagonally opposite quadrant. So which is the diagonally opposite quadrant to the fourth quadrant? It is the second quadrant. Okay. So it will reach over here, which I will name as P double dash. Now you know very well in the second quadrant, x is negative, y is positive. So 4 will become -4 and -5 will become +5. All right. Now they are asking you, find the coordinates of P dash and P double dash. Write down a single transformation that maps P onto P double dash. Now children, this word we haven't discussed yet in our class. So let us understand what is the meaning of single transformation. Children, they are asking you, write down a single transformation that maps P onto P double dash. Where is P? In which quadrant it is? Where is P? The object. It is in the third quadrant, isn't it? This is your, yeah. It is in the third quadrant. Where is P double dash? It is in the second quadrant. They are asking you what should have been the reflection or through which axis or through which axis point P should have been reflected so that it would have directly reached the second quadrant. Exactly. Point P should have been reflected through the x-axis so that it could reach the second quadrant directly. Right now, what happened, children? You took a longer route. What was the longer route here? First, you reflected P with y-axis, you reached the fourth quadrant. From the fourth quadrant, you reflected through the origin and you reached the second quadrant. They are asking you what you could have done. I repeat, what you could have done so that P would have directly reached P double dash. That means from the from the third quadrant, you could have directly reached the second quadrant. And that can happen only if point P is reflected in the x-axis. Right? Back over here. Okay, so this is how you will write. So the first answer would be P dash 4 comma -5. Second answer is P double dash -4 comma 5. And the third answer is reflection in x-axis. That's all. You don't have to write long sentences because the examiner just wants to know you are reflecting that point P through which axis so that it directly goes to P double dash. Okay, clear? Fine. Everyone clear? Nabil, Freddy, Anika, Purva, everyone?
Yes, sir.
All right. Rian, Ron, please keep the camera on. Pavesh, Afnan, Sandra, Harni, Sia. Where is Gopika? Harni, where is Gopika? Yes, Nabil, this is from ML Agarwal. Okay, Sia. She has exam tomorrow. Oh, you guys don't have exam tomorrow? Olympiad exam she is having. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, Harni, please ask her to join if she is free. Let's start with the next question, question number 10. I think I shouldn't be helping you a lot, isn't it? A lot of spoon feeding is done. I want you to do this sum. Okay, and the total time allotted is 3 minutes, not more than that. Not more than 3 minutes. Okay, Harvi. So she has a re-exam tomorrow. Fine, let her prepare then. Yes, Milan. Unless I tell you, you will not use graph. Okay, you have to do it in the notebook. And as I told you, you will draw rough figures. Okay, just to get the answer. Can you read the question? Is it big enough? Now, fine. Start doing. Online students will be sending me the answer in chat box. Very good, Arthur. Done? Did you draw that rough figure? Everyone? A small rough figure is enough, children. Okay, that is only for your reference. Even the examiner and boards will not check that. Anuki wants the answer. Draw small XY plane. Okay, don't draw such bigger ones. The one which you have drawn. It's too big, no? Draw smaller ones. Sir, only one figure is enough. Yes, Arthur. For all the questions which you are doing at home, just one figure is enough. Don't get confused, okay? Because you know, once you do 2 to 3 sums, your graph will be filled with coordinates, and you will get confused. Joanne, done? All the 4? Okay. Aditya, good evening. Aditya, start solving the sum. Question number 10.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Afnan.
Sir, for test, we have to draw different diagrams for each question.
Different you draw.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Very good. So almost everyone has got the answer. Let's cross check it. You know what you have written, just cross check, okay? And if you have got a wrong answer, just let me know. Very good, Anika, Purva, Sia. Harini, did you solve it? Write down the coordinates of the image of point 3 minus 2. So if you draw that xy plane, 3 minus 2, x is positive, y is negative. Which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. Very good. So here is your fourth quadrant. And let me take the point P over here, which is 3 comma minus 2. Now children, reflected in the x-axis, obviously it goes to the first quadrant. So P dash is what? 3 comma positive 2, because in the first quadrant both are positive. Then reflected in the y-axis. This is your y-axis. Yeah. Why? Because it was going into the third quadrant, isn't it? So here is your P double dash, which is minus 3 comma minus 2, because both x and y are negative. Then reflected in the x-axis, followed by reflection in the y-axis. All right. Now listen, children. What I'll do is I'll just erase this. Just to avoid confusion, I'm erasing it, okay? Nothing else. First, you should be reflecting in the x-axis. So obviously it is reaching here, p dash 3, 2. Once it is reflected in the x-axis, wherever it is, you have to again reflect it in the y-axis. So I think it will be going to the second quadrant, isn't it? This is how the transition happens. From P, it will go to P dash. From P dash, it will go to P double dash. So when it reaches P double dash, it is in which quadrant? Second quadrant. Second quadrant, x is negative and y is positive. So minus 3, 2. Now, I think they are asking us to reflect this point P3 minus 2 in the origin, right? Origin is over here. So yes, from the fourth, it will go to the second quadrant. We have already found the answer, no? When it reaches the second quadrant, the coordinates are minus 3, 2. All right. I hope everyone has got it. Good job. Pavesh, the last answer is wrong. Sorry, the second last answer is wrong. Correct it. The second last answer is also what? Minus 3, 2. Okay. Very good. Sia, Anika. Let's do the next one. Aditya, did you find the answer? Aditya? Nabil, did you get the answer?
Yeah. So Aditya, yes, I found the answer.
Okay, fine. What happened, Aditya, today? You got late?
No, sir. The link took like I was trying to send it, but the mail didn't come.
Okay, fine. Start doing question number 11. Now, this is based on the last concept which we learned. You are reflecting a point not through x-axis, not through y-axis, but through a line. X is equal to 1, isn't it? X is equal to 1 means a line which passes through point 1 on the x-axis, parallel to the y-axis. Right? Very easy to remember. Go home and practice, man. Otherwise, you will not, it won't click you at the right moment. Anuki, draw x is equal to 1 on your xy plane and show me. Draw x is equal to 1 on your xy plane and show me. Where is it? X is equal to 1. Perfect. Very good. So where is the point? First quadrant, right? 3, 1. So let me assume here is your point P, which is 3, 1. All right. So this point 3 on the x-axis and this is 1 on the y-axis. Now they are asking us to reflect under x-axis. So first what they are asking us to do, children, they are asking us to reflect this point 3, 1 in x-axis. Then it has to be followed by a reflection in the line x is equal to 1. Listen to me. Stop doing it, Milan. Everyone, online students also, stop doing it and listen to me. They are asking you to do this reflection in 2 different times, isn't it? First time, they are asking us to reflect it in the x-axis. So obviously, children, right now it is in the first quadrant. From the first quadrant, through reflection in the x-axis, it will reach where? It will reach the fourth quadrant. So that is going to be 3, minus 1. Make sense? Because in the fourth quadrant, x is positive, y is negative. Now, this point P dash, which is 3, minus 1, has to be reflected in the line x is equal to 1. So draw that line properly, children. X is equal to 1 means it is a line which passes through point 1 on the x-axis. Right? It passes through point 1 on the x-axis and it seems to be parallel to the y-axis. So let me write x is equal to 1 here. Okay. Now you are reflecting this point P dash through this line, isn't it? Children, shall we check what is the distance of P dash to this line x is equal to 1? I think it is 2 units because you can just use this x-axis to count it, right? This is 3, this is 1. So from 3 to 1, how many units? 2 units. Okay, 3 to 1, it is 2 units. So from this point, you should go towards the left-hand side by how many units? 2 units. So where will you reach? From 1 to origin and origin to minus 1, isn't it? Now you also wrote a very important technique in the previous session. What was it? When you are reflecting a point through a line parallel to the y-axis, No change in the y coordinate. So p dash 3 comma minus 1, your y coordinate will remain what? Minus 1 itself, isn't it? So I'll write here p double dash y coordinate is minus 1 itself. What should be the x coordinate? You are reaching minus 1. So the coordinate of p double dash is what? Minus 1 comma minus 1. Easy. Did everybody get this? Very good. Nabil, it is minus 1 comma minus 1. Yes. Freddy, Purva, Maria, did you all get it? Okay. Sia, Janice.
Yes, sir, got it.
All right. So let's move on to the next sum. Question number 12. This you can take around 4 minutes. Try to solve it. I'll be doing all the sums on the screen. Okay, but before that, I want you to give it a try. Okay. If p dash minus 4 minus 3 is the image of a point P under reflection in the origin. All right. So children, you only tell me through the origin, if you have to get p dash, from where it would have come, it would have got reflected from the first quadrant, isn't it? Because the first and the third quadrant are diagonally opposite to each other, right? So children, let me assume the point P is over here. And in the first quadrant, anyways, both are positive. So coordinates of P are 4, comma 3. Very good, children. So you all got 4, comma 3. Now you have to find the coordinates of the image of P under reflection in the line y is equal to minus 2. So y is equal to minus 2 means, imagine children, over here you have minus 2. Okay. So through this point, if you draw a line, that will be what? Y is equal to minus 2. Am I right? They are asking us to reflect this point P. Oh, coordinates of the image of point P. Wait a minute. No, they are asking you to reflect the coordinates of the image of P, right? Image of P is what? P dash only, no? Image of P is what? P dash. Right. Image of P is what, children? They are asking you to find the coordinates of the image of P. What is the image of P? It is P dash. Where is P dash? P dash is over here. Don't you feel so? Just a minute. Children, listen to this point. This is your XY plane. P dash is where? Over here. Whose coordinates are minus 4, minus 3. Children, you should know what is P dash. It is the image of point P. Did you notice this? P dash minus 4, minus 3 is the image of point P. Right? First part is done. So let me focus on the second part. They are asking you to find the coordinates of the image of P. What is the image of P? It is nothing but P dash only, right? So you have to find the coordinates of P dash under reflection in the line y is equal to minus 2. So children, if your point minus 2 is over here, and imagine you have a line like this, which is y is equal to minus 2. You have to find the coordinates of P dash, coordinates of the image of P dash in the line y is equal to minus 2. Are you getting it? Coordinates of the image of P. Am I getting confused or you are getting confused? I am getting confused, no? The coordinates of the image of P. I think we have to reflect P, right, children? Am I getting confused? What was P? It was 4, comma 3. You have to find the coordinates of the image of P. Sorry, children, you are right. You are right. You have to find the coordinates of the image of P. Yeah. Image of P means already P is over there. Where it is? In the first quadrant. Isn't it? So from the first quadrant, you have to reflect the point P 4, 3 in the line y is equal to -2. What you said is correct. Good job. I was under the impression that you have to find the coordinates of the reflection of P dash. No, children, you are right. Coordinates of the image of P. So here you have P, you have to get it reflected in the line y is equal to -2. Let's reflect it. Can you all find the distance of point P to y is equal to -2? There will be no change in which coordinate? X coordinate, no, because it is getting reflected in a line parallel to the x-axis. So no change in the x coordinate. So 4 will remain 4. We have to get the y coordinate now. Acha, what is the y coordinate? This was 3, isn't it? From 3 to -2, what is the total distance? 5 units, right? From 3 to -2, how much is the distance? I think it is 5 units, right? 3 to the origin, 3 units. Origin to -2, 2 more units. So total 3 plus 2, 5 units. Now, children, from this point to -2, you have to go down by 5 more units. So I think you will reach -7, isn't it? Because the distance from -2 to -7 is what? 5 units. So you got the y coordinate, which is -7. So 4 minus 7 is the right answer. All right. So sorry, children, I got confused. Okay, after reading that question. All right. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 13. You can read the question. No? Now? To some extent? Now? Now you all can read? They have given you the coordinates of the image because it is written b dash 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 means it lies in the fourth quadrant, isn't it? It lies in the fourth quadrant. And where is 2 minus 3? I'll just plot it somewhere over here. This is your p dash 2 comma minus 3. And how it was getting reflected? It was reflected in the x-axis. So can you tell me, children, if this point p dash has to reach the fourth quadrant after being reflected in the x-axis, I think it should be reflected from the first quadrant, isn't it? Yeah, very good. So if it is in the first quadrant, your coordinates of p should be 2 comma 3. Very good. Now they are asking you to write the values of a and b. Is done, no, children? 2 and 3. Then p double dash is what? The image of p. Where is p? Over here. Now p double dash is the image of p. How you are getting that image of p? By getting reflected in the y-axis. By getting reflected in the y-axis. So where is the y-axis? Over here. So when it is getting reflected, it will go to which quadrant? The second quadrant, isn't it? From first quadrant to the second quadrant. So it becomes -2 comma 3. That part is done. Then find the coordinates of p double dash when p is reflected in the line parallel to y-axis such that x is equal to 4. All right. Find the coordinates of p double dash. Oh, when p is reflected in the line parallel to y-axis such that x is equal to 4. Listen to this part, children. Find the coordinates of p double dash. Now, what is p double dash? You know, it is the image when p is reflected in the line x is equal to 4. Where is your p? P is over here in the first quadrant. They are asking us to reflect that p 2 comma 3 in a line parallel to y-axis such that x is equal to 4. There was an unnecessary exaggeration of the question here, isn't it? They could have just told you when p is reflected in x is equal to 4. Right, that much is enough. Because when they mention x is equal to 4, you have a very clear idea it is passing through which point? This point, 4 on the x-axis, isn't it? So this is the line x is equal to 4. And obviously x is equal to 4 will be what? Parallel to y-axis. So even if they don't mention it, we know it, right? So they just exaggerated the question here. Anyways, we understood the question. Now let's reflect the point P2 comma 3 with reference to this line x is equal to 4. I'll just rewrite this. I'll just rewrite it. Huh? This is your point P2 comma 3. This has to be reflected in this line x is equal to 4. So children, this point P is getting reflected in a line parallel to the y-axis. So there will be no change in the y coordinate, isn't it? So 3 will remain what? 3 itself. So if your reflected point is available over here, which is P double dash. Okay, they have specified, no children, it should be P double dash. So there is no change in the y coordinate. So 3 will remain 3. Now tell me children, from this point 2 on the x-axis till this 4, what is the distance? It is 2 units, right? So from point 4 towards the right hand side, also the distance should be 2 units, right? So where it will reach 6. So the x coordinate is what? 6. I hope everyone got this. Good job. Children, are you following my technique? It's easy, you know? Huh? There is a ready-made formula, children. I think in ML Agrawal or in some other textbook, they have given a ready-made formula to find these answers. I'm purposely not teaching you that. Okay, because formulas you may forget. Techniques you will never forget. Okay, purposely I'm not teaching you any of the formulas. There was a time when I used to teach formulas, but then I realized in the board exams, children are forgetting it. Then I totally omitted formulas and then relied on these techniques so that in boards you will never forget. You will at least draw the rough figure, count it on your finger, and get the right answer. That much of confidence I have in you. Okay, fine. So this question is done. Let's solve the next question, which is question number 14. Start, children. Very good. Ron, Sia, everyone got it. Nabil, yes. Anika, yeah. Can you read the question? Boys, girls, can you read the question? Little bigger. That's okay. Yeah. Very good, Maria. Milan, you got the answer? Let's just confirm the answer for everyone. Very good, Afnan, Harini. Good job, children. Let's redo it and just see, children, whether you have done it right or wrong. Okay. Janice, what about you? Did you write the answer? Very good, Amal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There is point PAB, which is reflected in the x-axis to P dash 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 means it lies in the fourth quadrant, isn't it? X positive, Y negative. Please go home and open the book and see. Did you get all the right answers? This was a sum. 14th one. Right. So x-axis, y-axis, then P dash 5 minus 2. That means it's lying somewhere over here, right? Fourth quadrant, P dash 5 comma minus 2. Now it is getting reflected in the x-axis. So from which quadrant it must have come to the fourth quadrant? From the first quadrant, right? So I will plot P over here, which is 5 comma minus 2. Then children, the second question, 5 comma 2. That's what I've written. I said minus 2. Sorry. P double dash is what? The image of P. Acha. So P has to get reflected to get P double dash when it is reflected in the y-axis. So this is your y-axis. It will go to which quadrant? P double dash is minus 5 comma 2 because it is lying in the third quadrant. Very good. Then name a single transformation that maps P dash to P double dash. Here is your P dash. Here is your P double dash. Obviously, if it has to go to the diagonally opposite quadrant, then it has to get reflected in the origin. Very good. So you just need to write reflection through origin. That is enough. Okay. What happened? Got it? Sachin, did you get it? Okay. Question number 15. Question number 15. I want to see how many of you will solve this. Children, so this was the question. Nabil, keep the camera on. Points A and B have coordinates 2, 5, 0, 3, right? I think both are lying, sorry, 2, 5 is lying in the first quadrant and 0, 3 lies on the y-axis, isn't it? Because 0, 3, x coordinate is 0 means it is lying on the y-axis. Since the y coordinate is positive 3, it is lying on the positive y-axis, right? So somewhere over here lies your point B 0, 3 and 2, 5. 2, 5, that means 2, 5. Over here lies your point A, which is 2, 5. You got the coordinates A and B. Now they are asking you to find the image of A dash. Sorry, the image A dash of A under reflection in the x-axis. So I think, children, if A is getting reflected in the x-axis, here is your x-axis, right? So it goes from the first quadrant to where? To the fourth quadrant, isn't it? It goes to the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, you know, the coordinates of A dash would be 2 comma minus 5 because you know in the fourth quadrant x is positive, y is negative, right? Then children, they are asking you to find the image of B under reflection in the line A dash. Now that was a very interesting question because you had to connect A to A dash in order to get the line segment A dash, isn't it? Now what you had to reflect this point B through where the line A dash, isn't it? Very simple, children. That A dash is what? A line which is parallel to the y-axis. So there is no change in the y coordinate. So 3 will become, sorry, 3 will remain what? 3 itself. So I'll write here 3 as the y coordinate. Okay. Now, children, we have to find the x coordinate. Very simple. Children, this was the origin, right? From the origin, and what was this point? This point was 2, isn't it? The x coordinate was 2 for that line. Yes. So 0 to 2, the distance was 2 units. 2 units. So from 2, you have to go 2 more units towards the right. So 3, 4. Yeah, I think you will be reaching here at point 4. So I can label the point B dash as what? Exactly. Oh. How much it is, children? 4 comma 3. This is your answer. I think almost everyone got it. Good job. My PPT is giving me a lot of trouble nowadays. I will have to reinstall it. Hmm? I'll do that. All right. Start, children, question number 18. After this, I'll give you a short break. Okay. Perfect. Confident. Angelina, did you solve the previous one? Okay. Sachin, you solved the sum on your own without any help. Did Milan help you? If he comes to help, just give him a slap. കാണുന്നില്ല ഓഹോ Milan, come in front. Come here. Sachin, can you read? Milan, please come in front. Alvin, you go behind. Let Milan sit here. You sit straight. Sean, did you solve it? It's not a novel, man. Read it. Start scribbling something on the paper. What happened, Anu?
I saw
triangle ABC and y coordinate of B and y coordinate of C are same.
Where is it written?
There's a triangle ABC where A is 1, 2, B is 4, 8, and C is 6, 2.
So what?
What is the first cost? All the three are equal.
Yeah, that is possible, no? Do it, do it, do it. Very good. Arthur, how can you get the answer out of pure intuition, man? Yeah. All right, 4 minus 8 is what Sia is saying. Bhavesh is saying minus 2, 3, reflection in y-axis. Maria, y-axis. Okay, Freddy is saying y-axis. Ron is saying y-axis. Okay, Bhavesh. Okay, Arthur. Arthur, is okay to do it in mind, but make sure that your answer is correct. What about you, Jael? Jan is also saying y. Anika. Got it? Shall I help you now? Yeah, Aditya, please send me the answer. Very good, Nabil. So we'll do it. This is your XY axis. Okay. Milan, did you solve it? The triangle ABC where A is 1, 2. So 1, 2 appears in the first quadrant, right? So 1, 2. I'll take point A over here. A 1, 2. Second point B 4, 8. 4, 8 somewhere over here, right? B 4, 8. Alvin, can you see what I'm writing? Okay. Third one is what? C 6, 8. 6, 8 means somewhere over here. 6, 8. Okay. C 6, 8. Okay. Now let me connect all the 3 points. Let me connect all the 3 points A to B and B to C. Isn't it? Proportion. Are we getting a triangle? We are getting a triangle. You try it out. You scribble in the paper. Let it be wrong. It's okay. But you scribble and see whether you get it or not. Okay, you will get it. Where it will go. Now you have to reflect this A, B, C. Where, children? In the x-axis. It should be reflected in the x-axis. Okay. So where is your x-axis? Over here, right? Fine. So from the first quadrant, it will go to the fourth quadrant. So in the fourth quadrant, coordinate of A should be what? 1, minus 2. Then coordinate of B should be what? 4, minus 8. Somewhere over here. B dash 4 comma minus 8. And C will be where? Over here. Yeah, C dash is 6 comma minus 8. Now they are asking you to do what? The triangle A dash B dash C dash. Okay, let me just connect them. A dash B dash C dash. Okay. I connected all the 3 points A dash B dash C dash and I got the resultant triangle. Now what they are asking us to do? The triangle A dash B dash C dash is getting reflected in the origin. So children, all the 3 coordinates A dash B dash and C dash as of now is lying in which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. Through the origin. Here is your origin. So through the origin, it will reach where? It will reach the second quadrant, isn't it? And in the second quadrant, you know, X is negative, Y is positive. So let me draw point A would be what? Minus 1 comma 2. Then point B. Point, yeah, B double dash will be minus 4 comma 8. And C double dash would be what? Minus 6 comma 8. Okay, so this is your next triangle, A double dash, B double dash, and C double dash. So we have done it. Now write down a single transformation that maps ABC to A double dash, B double dash, C double dash. Where is ABC? It's in the first quadrant, ABC. Where is A double dash, B double dash, C double dash? It is in the second quadrant. So if directly it had to get transformed from the first to the second quadrant, it should have been reflected through the y-axis. So yes, children, everyone has answered the correct one. Okay, it has to be reflected through y-axis. Good job. Take a break of 5 minutes, come back. Okay. Where does 0 comma minus 1 come? Which y-axis? Where does 0 comma minus 1 comes? Positive y-axis or negative y? Negative y-axis, right? Yeah. So somewhere over here I'll plot point C, which is 0 comma minus 1. Now D01, where will it come? Anoki. 0, 1. Positive y-axis. You have an answer. Speak up confidently. Okay. You know it. Then why can't you speak up confidently? So this was A 2 comma 2 and this is your D, which is 0 comma 1. All right. You got all the 4 points. Now what they are asking us to do? Reflect quadrilateral ABCD on the y-axis. All right. Reflect quadrilateral ABCD, children. That means they are asking us to join these points together like this, so that you get a quadrilateral. This is your A, B, C, D, right? This is your quadrilateral. What is this quadrilateral formed of? It is formed of 4 different vertices. They are asking us to reflect that quadrilateral in the y-axis. It's quite simple to understand, children. A will go from the first quadrant to the second quadrant, isn't it? So it will become what? A dash minus 2 comma 2, right? Milan, when you will reflect point B from the fourth quadrant through the y-axis, it will go to the third quadrant and the coordinates would be what? Minus 2 comma minus 2. Now I am asking you to reflect a point D, sorry, point C, 0 minus 1 in the y-axis. Is that possible? It is not possible because it is an invariant point. D 0 comma 1 through y-axis, it is an invariant point. So it's not possible. Let's complete this figure. Okay, let's complete this figure. This is going to be your reflected quadrilateral, right? The image of the quadrilateral. So that part is done. Then writing the coordinates of A dash and B dash. That also you have done minus 2, 2 and minus 2, minus 2, right? Name 2 points which are invariant under the above reflection. I think it is point C and point D. Name the polygon A dash, B dash, C, D. Children, A dash, B dash, C, D. I think it is a quadrilateral. Sorry, it's a trapezium, isn't it? I think it is an isosceles trapezium, no? Don't you feel so, children? Because I feel side AD and side B dash C, they both are equal in length. Just look at the figure and tell me, children, because this is not a proper graph paper from where I can do the prediction. Okay, so I want you all to look at the graph paper and check whether A dash D and B dash C are equal in length or not. How many of you say it is equal in length? Equal in length. So I think the figure should be what? Isosceles trapezium, right? If you don't write isosceles, you will lose 1 mark in the boards. Wrong. No. If it is an isosceles trapezium, you have to write it as isosceles trapezium itself. For God's sake, who said?
Four-sided polygon or
Okay, I'll tell you something. Now, me and Jalsa ma'am, we both go for paper corrections. Okay, so we have a basic idea about it. It might have come out from our mouth by mistake. It must be a slip of tongue because I know how professional she is. She is updated with everything. Now, let me tell you something. In the year 2019, we had gone for corrections. In that year, same kind of question had come. I repeat, in 2019, before COVID. Okay, so this type of question had come where the answer for the graph was isosceles trapezium. Many of the children wrote trapezium, but still we did not give them marks. Imagine. It was isosceles trapezium where the children wrote trapezium and they did not give you marks. Can you expect a mark for four-sided polygon? No, right? The child was very particular. How many different quadrilaterals are there? There are many different. 5 to 6 quadrilaterals are there, right? Square is there, rectangle is there, parallelogram, rhombus, kite, and then trapezium, isn't it? 6 quadrilaterals are there, which we learn in class 10. Out of which it was a trapezium. Just that the children did not write it as isosceles trapezium. All right. And still we did not give them 1 mark. I'll tell you, I think it was during Freddie, your sister's time, 2019 or 20, I think. And she lost 1 mark over there. I still remember. She got 99 out of 100. Freddie, you are there? Sharon got? Array, sad so. Freddie's sister, Sharon. I think she lost 1 mark in that particular question. Graph. She also wrote trapezium, where it was isosceles trapezium. So don't do this mistake. If you know the name of the polygon in particular, write it. Okay? Don't take any risk. I won't deny the fact that it is a right answer. Four-sided polygon. Obviously, it's a four-sided polygon. But you know what is the exact name of that four-sided polygon? What is it? Isosceles trapezium. You have to mention it. Okay? It must be a slip of tongue. Please go and confirm it with ma'am once again. Okay? She will rectify it. Okay. Done, children? Okay. No, Nabil. You have to write the exact name. Okay, you have to write the exact name. Now let me take 2 minutes extra and let you know when you can write an n-sided polygon. Okay, I'll give you a very clear idea about it, children. Suppose now this year, this year 2022 board examination, I'll tell you what happened. They got a figure like this. Got a figure which was looking somewhat like this, okay? Somewhat like this it was looking. I'm not sure whether it is the exact figure, but somewhat like this. You know what? Some children wrote it as boat. Some children wrote it as crown. Some children wrote it as crown. She told you, right? Yeah. Yeah. Some children wrote half star. Okay, these are the different answers given by children across the country. Okay, because we get papers from West Bengal, Punjab, and Delhi. Okay, we go to Bishop Quarters for paper corrections and we come across papers from West Bengal, Punjab, and Delhi. At times also from Jharkhand. Okay, so it's all from north and northeast. So all these children had written either a crown, otherwise half boat. Sorry, not half boat, half star. And the third one was boat. And all the 3 answers were considered to be wrong. Okay. Now, in such situations, children, what you will do is you will count the number of sides. How many sides are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many are there? 7 sides are there. So you can either write the name of the polygon as septagon, or you can also leave the answer as 7-sided polygon. This is acceptable. This is acceptable. Understood? Now, children, why in this case the answer is not acceptable? Let me give you a clarification for that. You know that this ABCD is a trapezium, or you at least know it is a quadrilateral, isn't it? Now you very clearly observe and see only one pair of opposite sides are parallel to each other. AB and CD are parallel to each other. The moment you see only one pair of opposite sides are parallel to each other, you get to know that it is a trapezium. But again, in a second checkup, you get to know that side AD and side BC, that means the non-parallel sides are equal also, isn't it? So very clearly, right from class 8 onwards, you have been learning the name of the quadrilateral whose one pair of opposite sides are equal and the two non-parallel sides are, sorry, one pair of opposite sides are parallel and the remaining two non-parallel sides are equal. They are known as what? Isosceles trapezium, isn't it? So that comes under the purview of your syllabus and you can't go beyond that. Okay, so that is the reason the board will not accept if you write it as a four-sided polygon. Not even a trapezium, they will not agree. Okay, but you have never learned about this figure, isn't it? You have never learned about this figure, right? You have never learned that there is a figure which is called, crown or half star or boat. We have never come across it. So since you don't have a particular name for such a kind of a figure, you can just generally call it as what? A septagon, okay? Or else a seven-sided polygon. Since you don't have a particular name to it. Was I clear enough? Was I able to convince you? Yes or no, children? Janice, Freddie, Nabil, Maria, is it clear? All right, Sandra's here, everyone.
Sir,
This
is
side.
it septagon or is it heptagon?
You can call it as septagon or heptagon. Both are acceptable. Okay, Janice.
Okay,
We will
sir.
call it as septagon or heptagon. Both are acceptable. All right. So enough for the day, children. We have done a good number of sums. We'll meet back on Friday. Okay. Good night, children. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, dear. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Board can have many sides. If it's a paper board, then maybe. Arthur, paper board is accepted. Paper board is accepted, Arthur. Please do write it and come.
No, I'll just write 7 cent figures.
Please come for the offline class on Friday. I want to give you an answer for this.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, sir.
What up?